to another video. My name is Funny, and in this video we're going to talk about why I make videos in English. So I came up with this video idea some days ago, and I asked you on my Instagram story if you would like me to do this video, and 13 out of 17 of you wanted to see me make this video. So here we are. Here we're gonna do it. And yeah, let's just get on with this video. So if you're new to this channel, or if you haven't watched my previous videos, I mean, you probably definitely hear that I am not native English. A lot of people say that I have very good English pronunciation, you know, that I can speak English very well, and I know I can as well because I have trained my English a lot these past few years. I've talked a lot. I mean, it's kind of sick actually when I think back about me like 3 years ago or 4 years ago and my English, how it was then. I have developed so much English through the internet, especially through my internet friends, and I've also started to watch a lot more series. I learned so much, and it's kind of hard to explain because now I feel like obviously there are hard words in English that I don't know. I know the like basics, but in Swedish, which is my native language, there are also a lot of words that I don't know. Like I am almost not, obviously not exactly, but almost in the same level of speech in Swedish and English. Like there are so many times at the moment when I'm like, oh, I don't know the word in Swedish, it's this in English. And in a way that's kind of cool because that shows how good I have gotten at English, and in a way it's kind of scary because I'm beginning to forget my native language. So now I'm just trying to build up and explain a little bit to you about my English journey and how I came to this level of the English I am speaking today. When I started a fan page on Twitter, I had a fan page of Harry Potter and Gregor the Overlander. Most of you probably only know one of these two, but that was my basics for my Instagram. I posted a lot of text posts and really funny stuff that I thought was so good, and I think I have a lot of pictures left. So if you would scroll through all of my pictures on Instagram, you could see my old posts, and you can also see how bad I was at English. Like, I knew English from school, but you saw that I didn't really have this, you know, English that you just could speak without getting interrupted. I didn't really know how to talk about stuff that I will do or stuff that I have done and stuff like that. You know, you just see that my grammar is not that good. But since I started that Instagram, I developed a lot, especially when I got my first internet friends. Writing to them has really helped me a lot, and I think that's very important a very important stuff to do, because I noticed a lot of people, or not a lot, but some people that write to me that aren't as good as English, and I'm just very happy to write with them because I know it helped me so much to write to people who knew English when I wasn't that good at English, you know? So through that I got better and better, and I remember at one time when I was sitting in the bus to school, and I always posted, you know, before school then, and I usually write and then post, and then I go and edit and see what I wrote wrong, you know, because I don't know, I did that after. And I remember this one time when I sat on my bus and I was just about to edit what I had written because I always wrote stuff wrong, like the wrong grammar, the wrong spelling, you know. And I just looked at it and I hadn't written anything wrong. I had the right spelling, I had the right grammar, and I just remember that moment so clearly because I felt so proud that I have gotten so far in English. Yeah, another thing that I should probably tell you is that I've said that my native language is Swedish, as you know by now, but what I haven't told you is that, I mean, some of you might think that I have English in my veins, you know, that I have some relatives, that my mom is English, that my dad is English, just that Swedish is my native language. But this is not the case because my whole relative, like my whole family tree is 100% Swedish. Like we have nothing fun anywhere in our blood. Like we're only Swedish, nothing cool, you know? So most of my family don't speak English at all. Obviously, Swedes are very good at English, so my little brother, my sister, and my mom are good at English, and my dad is not that good at English, but I still would say he isn't horrible. Like, he could understand a lot of stuff, and I think that's because of the Swedish society. We are very good at learning English. I am the only one in my family who actually likes to talk English. That was just kind of the background, and we just wanted to let you know that I speak Swedish as native language, and I am not English related at all, like not even a little bit, like not even a little, and I have never been to an English-speaking country, so I have learned all this from school and scratch. Sorry, I had to go get some water. It's so hot in Sweden right now. It's like 30 degrees and we have no water and we're kind of dying slowly, but we're dying. So you have probably waited this whole video for me to finally tell you why I make videos in English, because I've literally only told you about stuff that you probably don't even care about. But anyways, it is obviously a lot of people probably thought this as well, but I obviously make videos in English because I can reach out to more people than if I would do it in Swedish. So that's kind of simple. Also, there is a book community on YouTube. There is a booktube that exists, and I have never ever seen a Swedish booktuber. Never. There are probably people out there, but I've never seen one, so I felt like I didn't want to become, like, in a way it would be cool to become, you know, the first Swedish booktuber that probably already exists, you know. So there was a moment when I was thinking, like, maybe I should do them in Swedish, but then I remember that I literally read 90% of all the books I read are American fantasy books by American authors, and I just felt like there are not a lot of Swedish people that like to read in Swedish that read American fantasy, you know? Like, obviously there are people, but like it's kind of small. Swedish authors are usually most famous for like thrillers and books like that, and I don't read thrillers or scary books in general, so it was not really my genre. I felt like it would be better for me if I would just do videos in English, and since I like English a lot, I mean, I enjoy making videos. I like talking English because I don't usually get to do that a lot in my normal day, which, I mean, I like to talk English, so that's kind of, you know, not sad, obviously, but it's very fun to talk English when I can to, since I don't usually do it, and I like it, and it's fun, you know? So basically, I make videos in English because I only read American fantasy books, and I can reach out to more people, and I feel like English is my hobby, and if I would not make videos in English, when would I speak English except for my Instagram? But, you know, I wanted them to go together as well, as I have done now, so that's kind of it. I don't know if there is much more to tell. I really love making videos in English. I would never want to stop making videos in English, because that is like why I love making videos so much, because I get to talk English, you know? So I'm gonna continue to talk English, and if you have seen my first videos on this YouTube, you have also noticed that I have developed so much since the first video I made in English, and I have not deleted that even though my English isn't perfect, but that is because I think it's important to show that I have developed a lot, and it's okay to not speak English perfectly. It's okay to try to learn a language, and you should you should speak. I mean, I am very bad at this myself, so therefore I want to lifted up, because like I go to French in school and I have a very hard time trying to speak French, and I know if I just try and do it a lot and listen to a lot, I will get better as I did with English, but it's so easy to not do that. And I feel like it's very important that you do that, because as I said, that is what I did, and even though I'm not perfect at English, I've come a long way. And yeah, I don't want to hide that. I'm not embarrassed by it. I just embrace that fact that I have done a lot, come a long way in my learning of a different language, and I wouldn't change that. So obviously I am not perfect at English now either. I have a lot to learn. I'm very excited to learn more now when I'm starting the Swedish high school. And there I think English will be much more interesting and fun for me, because I really want to learn stuff that I don't know about the English language, and I'm very excited for that. So I have a lot of English plans for my future, and I really hope I will continue to do English on this channel as well. I hope I will continue on my Instagram. I think I probably will. But I'm just very excited to start this journey, and I am very glad that I will have you with me. So that was all I had for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope I didn't disappoint you with a lot of boring talk. I thought this was a fun video to film, since I haven't really talked about this journey that I have done, and I have not really heard a lot of people talk about it either, so I felt like it was important to put out there that you can't suck at English and then become good, you know? So yeah, that was just basically the message of this video. But that was all for this video. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye!